am going to replace the pressure relief valve on the hot water heater. You might be able to hear that the water is running non-stop. Right now I have it through the down pipe and I have it hooked up to a tube that runs out the back of the house so it does not overflow the bucket I have under the hot water heater. As you can see, the water comes out very strong and consistently, so the pressure relief valve is definitely leaking and needs to be replaced. The first thing I'm going to do is turn this to the pilot light so it is not actively heating water while I open up the valve. Next, I'm going to turn off the cold water input that's putting water into the hot water heater. Now that I have the heater turned to the pilot light and I have the cold water input turned off, I'm going to have to drain some water out of the hot water heater because at the moment the water is all the way to the top of the hot water heater and I need to get it down below the level of this valve so that when I take it off, water does not pour out or worse. In order to drain the hot water heater to a proper level, I hooked up a hose to the drain valve. Now I'm going to use a screwdriver to open the drain valve to drain the water. When I turn that, I could hear a water gurgling noise, which means there's some action going on. As you can see, I've got the water draining out from the hose that is connected to the drain valve on the hot water heater. Once I get it good and drained, then I'll be able to remove the old pressure relief valve. Alright, now that I have the water drained to a proper level, I am taking off the drain pipe from the pressure relief valve so that I can remove the pressure relief valve itself and the drain pipe won't be in the way. Now that I have the drain pipe removed from the pressure relief valve and I have enough water drained from the hot water heater, I'm using this wrench to turn the pressure relief valve to remove it so I can replace it with a new one. Here you can see the old pressure relief valve that I just removed. You can see how nasty it is, how much stuff is built up all over it. All kinds of rust and little chipped off pieces on the inside. And this is the brand new one. You can see it's nice and clean. Huge difference. Hopefully the new one won't leak. The model that I just got the exact same one that was already on there from a previous installation from a plumber. So you can see right here, it's Zern Wilkins brand. I also got some plumber's tape that I'm going to put around the seal of the new pressure relief valve. Just kind of make sure it stays in place and doesn't leak as easily. All right, here's the new pressure relief valve. I put the plumber's tape right around the threading right there. I'm just going to insert that. Tighten it by hand, best that I can. That's about as far as I can go by hand, and so the next step will be to tighten it just a little bit more with a wrench. Do a couple good turns with this until the pressure relief valve is facing the right direction. Alright, now that I have it facing down, it feels like it's pretty tight and secure, so I'm going to hook the drain pipe back up to the pressure relief valve and then turn everything back on and see if it works okay. Put some fresh plumbing tape on the end of the drain pipe, and I'm going to insert it back into the pressure relief valve, tighten that up. I got the pressure release valve drain pipe tightened really good with a wrench. I've got this faucet running cold water. I'm going to turn it on to hot. As you can see, nothing's coming out. Now I'm going to go refill the water tank, and water should start to come out of this faucet once water gets into the water tank again. Alright, now I'm going to turn the cold water inlet back on to start refilling the water tank. Let that refill, go see if water comes out of the faucets, and then come back and check and test the pressure relief valve to make sure it's working properly. You can see the water is starting to come out of the hot side again. It's not actually hot, but it's coming from the hot water heater. It's starting to speed up. Blowing air out. That's because of all the air that got trapped in the hot water heater during the installation. This is totally normal. It's running clear at full strength again. Now that everything is installed properly, we can turn this back to the proper temperature. You hear that flame come back on and start heating that water again. Now that everything is installed and turned back on, I'm going to test the pressure relief valve. Right now it's hooked up to this drain pipe running down to this bucket. Nothing is coming out at the moment. I'm going to open up the pressure relief valve. And you can see water quickly coming out. I'm going to close it back. It really filled up that bucket fast. Now that it's closed, hopefully the water should stop dripping in just a few seconds. So the drip is stopping. So I think we are in good shape. Looks like it is functioning properly and that the installation is complete.